everybody, and welcome back to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Avi, and I'll be playing ya boy, Arata. And I'm joined today by the baby who keeps clinking in the background, but also...
Hey there, I am Morski, but you're free to call me Morski, and I will be playing Resident Little Wizard Hugh Script. Boy, this will be a blast!
Oh, it sure will be. And the baby keeps clinking. So what's up?
The baby is excited for this too. Well, I guess on Hugh's end, he's kind of been ill for a while. Got a little bit better though, and March isn't at home right now, and he's feeling rested. So you know what? He's gonna do a very smart thing and go out for a walk and probably walk into plot, because that's a thing that has happened a lot of times to Hugh. Not gonna lie, but
This is
he's
Toon Town.
restless and up. Yeah, but also Hugh has a habit. I'm gonna be honest with you. And Simon says happened kind of recently. He's been thinking about that, but okay, hey, he's somewhat better now. He's gonna go out and go walk for a bit. So, you know what? I'm gonna roll survival to see how lost he gets. He doesn't really have the direction in mind, but you know, let's see how. He's doing pretty well. That's a 19. His map is doing him well. I can word.
Nice. So he's not...
He's meandering around.
Yeah.
Probably more on the main streets. Just like, hence the 19, because he does know those a bit better. And he does want to get home not too late, so he's going at...
You cut out. Hello?
Dang it. Just, hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Just simply, he's probably going at his own pace and, like, on some of the main streets, just simply because less hard to get lost there. He knows them better, and he doesn't want to be late in getting home. Wouldn't want to worry March.
Yeah, that's great. Hugh, you're walking down the street, right? And it's a pretty...
Yep.
It's a pretty bustling, street. Lots of other tunes of all kinds, and the fair, odd, real kind walking around. You
going downtown, walking fast.
making my way downtown.
I had to, okay, when I heard that.
Oh, by the way, I'm officially out of the gallery. I need to look at something. Give me just a sec.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Okay. You you know what? Okay, I'm good now. I promise I know what I'm doing, guys.
You're valid, don't worry.
You, what's your perception? Like, passive perception?
Hugh's passive perception is a 15.
Okay, so you are walking down the street and you notice a commotion going on.
Well, this is Hugh, and, well, he's definitely curious, so he's gonna go walk on over.
Yeah. There are, there is a group, I would say two uh pretty pretty young looking but still kind of tall, not quite as intimidating as they are imposing figures. And they seem to be picking on a smaller figure.
Well, that's rude. Also, I know you say, like, intimidating, imposing, but I will be honest with you, Hugh is best friends with Decimal, of all people. He looks at he looks at someone intimidating and doesn't even notice the intimidating factor. He gets that from me, so he more notices the whole picking on a smaller person. So I'll be honest, he's just gonna walk on over and say, "Hey, what's going on here?" Which is probably great because Hugh is like tiny himself, but.
And here's the part where I played myself. I have to give these nameless NPCs a voice.
I mean, you can just describe their actions if you want, or if they're grumpy to being interrupted. Just like their evil plan is happening. And then this tiny Toon walks in, very nonplussed.
There's another tall, another small Toon coming in, interrupting everything. But yeah, judging by how small, and I don't mean like small as in size, how like shrunken, sinking in on themselves, sort of, this smaller Toon looks, it definitely seems that, like, yeah, they're getting bullied.
Oh man. Oh man, yeah, Hugh doesn't really like that, to say the least. Intimidation has never been his strong point, but I guess I guess we'll see how bad this roll goes. Intimidation, that's an 18. Wow, Hugh did surprisingly well.
Oh, Hugh, you're doing great. What do you do?
Hugh, this is what's going on. Steps in front of the, Toon that's being bullied. He stares the bullies right in the eyes and very calmly states, "I think it would be good if you stopped now." And Hugh isn't a very imposing person, but at the same time, the more magically inclined people can probably feel just a little bit of static electricity building up.
Oh boy. Yeah, I rolled perception for our real kind boy.
So Hugh, Hugh just outwardly, Hugh looks very calm, but you can tell he's not happy, so.
Yeah, you see these, you see these these two guys just kind of take a step back away from here, but they're not letting down just yet. But at that moment, Arata, who has rolled a 19 on perception, goddamn.
He be perceiving.
Yeah, you more so hear somebody else coming in from the direction you came from as well, and you see this real kind. He looks like a human. And he's got messy black bed hair. He's got a bag and over his shoulder, and in it there is a cat's head poking out. But he's also carrying what looks like groceries.
Man.
And he kind of...
I will be completely honest with you. He immediately immediately picked the cat and is just. He definitely looked at the cat for a beat before going back on the situation. I'm sorry, he was. Cat's good, okay?
Cats are very good. But this real kind walks over to you, having noticed the situation as well, and he kind of just leans in and he goes, "Hey, is there a problem going on here?"
Not for me, but seems these two have been not very kind to the one behind me. And he's just kind of giving another stare at the two bullies.
Yeah, when I said small, I was imagining like about 4 feet. So that's like about Hugh's height. Remind me, he was like
Yeah.
4. What was it? 4.
Hugh is 4'6".
4'6". Yeah. Arata is 5'9", so he has a good foot over you.
You will notice he was not bothered by that at all.
Yeah. That said, he does kind of like shift a little bit, so he's carrying the groceries a bit more comfortably. He's got one in each arm. This is a very funny situation because he comes in. What's your charisma, my boy? Oh, it's not the greatest.
Like Hugh's charisma or Arata's? Because Hugh's is.
Arata's.
Hugh's is a 12.
I was talking about Arata's.
Valid.
Because I don't remember his intimidation. He doesn't roll intimidation often, surprisingly. I'm gonna roll and pray. Oh, honey.
Do it with advantage. Arata's potentially, like, the tallest person here.
Okay, we'll go with that, I guess. Oh shit, that's a modified 20.
Holy bleep!
Alright. Okay.
Dirty 20, nice.
That's a dirty 20. Okay, so here's what happens. And this relatively taller real kind shifts the weight of the bag so that he's carrying them more comfortably. He actually looks a bit straighter, like he's standing up with his back straight, shoulders squared. For a moment you swear that even though he's not a toon, his glasses did the anime Sheen thing.
Amazing.
And he just kind of steps in between the other two bullies and you and the victim, and he goes, "Alright, guys. Why don't you guys just get on out of here and nobody here's gonna have to make a fuss, okay?" And you watch as the two bullies kind of like scramble, not exactly scramble, but they're like, "Oh shit, let's get out of here." And they shuffle on out of the area.
Cool. Yeah, no, with that, Hugh is absolutely gonna give Arata a smile of thanks. And he's gonna take a look at the victim just to see how they're holding up.
He thinks, this little unnamed toon thinks you're the coolest shit.
Oh my goodness.
Because of the whole lightning thing. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna roll. I guess this is insight to see whether Hugh realizes this. That's a nat 1. Okay.
Oops.
Okay, let's see what. Let's see. Let's try this again. So that was a 13. Because Hugh has advantage on his insight rolls. Hugh gets a 13. How
Well,
much do you think Hugh catches of this?
well, Hugh, it definitely seems like this toon you just rescued, likes you.
Cool. I figure. Honestly, with how things went, Hugh probably figures that. Oh, this person probably thinks I and this other guy here is neat because of this whole thing. Like, okay, cool. I guess Hugh's like just gonna do a quick medicine check to make sure the tune is okay. But mostly, Hugh's just gonna say, "Okay, are you doing okay? No, you aren't hurt or anything, yeah? Will you be okay getting yourself home?" That's a +2 for medicine.
Uh,
That was a nat 20.
Nat 20 on medicine. Okay. Yeah. No. It doesn't look like they're hurt. It definitely doesn't look like they're hurt. It was more so. How would you say? The bullying wasn't so much abusive as it was
Physical
like,
or rather this.
yeah, it was more so like teasing and gentle shoving. I say gentle, but you know, bullies, it didn't go too far.
Yeah.
And but you basically asked if this tune would be okay getting home, and they nod at you. They give you a thumbs up. I'm deciding that they're mute now.
That's absolutely valid.
They give you a thumbs up and a big smile.
Yeah, Hugh smiles right back, like he's glad to see things are okay.
Alright. And Arata,
You see the Ghibli flowers of happiness around Hugh.
oh, that's good. That's cute. But like, yeah. Arata also gives a smile and a nod. He can't wave. Both arms carrying groceries. But
Yeah, might be a bit much.
but the tune essentially gives you a wave goodbye and walks on off.
It's cool. Well then, Hugh's gonna turn over to Arat and just go, "Hey, so thanks for the help with all of that. Hugh spied the groceries and just like think. Worst comes to worse, you could have like fended the bullies off, but this made it a whole lot easier. So like, you know what? He's like, thank you for the help earlier. Do you need help with all of that?
No, no problem. I mean, I was just walking by, so you know, I kind of just stepped in. I think I'll be okay. I'm just heading on back to the inn. You don't have to help me.
I mean, it's okay. Well, honestly, I was just going out for a walk myself, but I guess things just happened. Hugh shrugs. You get the feeling Hugh is used to things happening when he goes on his walk.
Arata
just vaguely.
Arata nods with this face, like this face that is a clear emotion of, oh yeah, I definitely know what that is like.
From one pro tag to another.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, he's determined this person was nice to him, so you know what, he's gonna help out. And, congrats, you have Hugh's help now for the next little while.
Yeah, I think since you're like insisting, Arata's like, okay, this might as well be happening. Arata.
How heavy is the bag that Arata hands over to Hugh? I'm just asking.
It's
If
like
I need to roll a strength.
I don't think you would need to roll a strength, but it is like a brown bag. One of those brown bags where you can like,
fair.
carry it around. And he hands you one of them.
Okay, cool.
It's mostly like food items. Of course, it's groceries. But like.
Hey, yeah, no, gotta do the grocery run.
Mm-hmm.
He's used to doing this himself.
But yeah. Hang on, I'm gonna do a quick survival check because I didn't do that earlier. Just to like.
Oh man, how lost do our kids
okay,
get?
That was a modified
very
21.
lost. Nice. Our boys are not getting lost today. We'll see how long this lasts. Nice.
Yeah. Dice Parser is being uncharacteristically
nice.
Yeah, my mind just blanked. I'm sorry. They're being
it's like
too
Dice
nice
Parser.
to me right now.
Don't worry, I'm sure that'll be paid back in full for us later.
Oh, absolutely. That said, Arata leads you down. This real kind leads you down the street in the direction of Toon Town that is not quite frequented very often by many people, but as he does, he does strike up conversation with you. He goes, so, you were taking a walk, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. It's, admittedly, I've been ill for a little while. I was getting restless and I've been better today, so...
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I don't think I ever introduced myself, have I? Nice to meet you, I'm Hugh Script.
Oh, Hugh. Hang on. Arata, what was your history? Because if you don't remember this, I'm going to laugh.
Let's... Oh my goodness!
I was right.
Oh my goodness.
They are being uncharacteristically nice. That was a 6. So I take a drink.
Oh my goodness. Rip, kid, I'm...
Saw it coming. We saw it coming.
Yeah, it's... I guess to be fair, March probably only mentioned his surname like once when introducing himself, so wouldn't be surprising if Arata like didn't connect the dots here.
I don't know if I see stereotyping. Yeah, March didn't. So like
snap.
March didn't. So like
okay,
Arata just doesn't know.
Oops.
Straight up.
Oh well then.
Yeah. That said though, Arata just kind of nods at you. Yeah, he did mention Hugh, but memory's not all there, I guess. There was a lot going on during Simon Says.
Yeah, there really was. There really was.
That said, Arata nods at you and he's smiling as he also introduces himself. Nice to meet you. I'm Arata Satomi. And this little guy, and he gestures to the cat in his bag. This little guy's, his name's Genevieve.
It's of you, and Hugh unabashedly has starry eyes, and let me try rolling history. Hopefully this goes better. We'll see. Much better, 16.
Oh, yes.
You can see he's like going, nice to meet you with the starry eyes, and there's like, then you see there's like a beat, and then, oh wait, Arata, by any chance, do you know a tune by the, well, do you know March?
What, like, the month?
Hiya, and well, Hugh definitely bursts out laughing, because, yeah, and he corrects that with he corrects that while giggling. I know a tune named March. I have a brother called March. He mentioned meeting an Arata recently.
Oh, like,
Are you one of the ones who helped save Sammy?
yeah, actually. March is the really tall one with the flower head, right?
Yep, that's my brother.
Oh, you guys are brothers. Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
Nice to meet you then.
It's weird. It's like, thanks. He rubs the back of his head and is like, yeah, we're adopted brothers, but hey. And he's actually going to take a moment to look at Arata properly and just say, thanks for helping Sammy get out of there and for looking out for March too.
I mean, yeah, I wasn't about to let Sammy down like that. And
It's, well, kind of wish I could have done more though. Well, I guess I was at home that time. I'm glad you were all able to sort things out though. It's like a dot 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 and hey, wanna help me bully Sammy into like coming over for a picnic sometime? Cause he should have some fun and actually rest after all of that.
absolutely.
I haven't managed to speak to him much. I haven't managed to speak to him much after. Like, so some good times are needed.
Oh, absolutely. There's one thing Sammy needs. It is definitely the good vibes.
Yes. Hugh's just nodding a whole lot. Also, congrats. You have been adopted by Hugh as a friend.
Oh, fuck yeah. Heck yeah, guys. New friend made.
Exactly.
Alright, I think that would be... continue.
Oh no, it's like, sometimes a friendship can start over bullying a mutual friend into self-caring and actually having some fun. And that's okay.
We love it here. I think at this point, Arata leads you down one of the shooting streets, less frequented. He takes you to an inn. The sign above it says, the last one in.
Amazing.
It's
Hugh definitely spends a bit like just looking at the sign before continuing to follow around.
yeah, and your passive was 15, right?
Yep. Hugh has a passive of 15.
Okay.
He's pretty decent at perception.
Yeah, there is a faint scent of, coffee and curry. And, it is definitely wafting from the inn. And Arata opens the door and holds it open for you to step in.
Hugh's gonna nod thanks and walk on in.
Alright.
Should Hugh be a little more wary or what have you? Maybe. But also, this is Sammy's friend and also his friend. Now it'll be fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know it's fine, but also, I think if some of Hugh's friends found out he did this, they may come after him, but it's okay.
Oh,
it's
God.
fine.
Hugh's fine.
Definitely. Thankfully, Arata is, awesome.
Yeah, Arata would...
But man...
But yeah, Arata takes you to the restaurant area of the inn, and he goes, you can set that bag on the counter, I'll take care of it. And he actually takes off the bag on his shoulder and sets it on a chair so that Genie can get out. But he takes the bag of groceries that he's carrying behind the counter and starts putting everything away.
Yeah, I think I have this image of Hugh getting up on his tiptoes to just place the food on the counter too. If Arata wants, he will chip into just pulling the groceries out of.
Yeah, that is definitely appreciated, and Genevieve the cat, who is now outside of the bag, kind of just sits and watches the two of you do that. He's technically not supposed to be in the restaurant area while they're technically open, but oddly enough, there is not a single customer in the restaurant area at this moment. But Arata continues putting things away, and he goes, and thank you for helping me carry all that stuff.
No problem. You helped me earlier, after all, didn't you? Fair is fair.
You got me there.
And not gonna lie, he was just if there's a pause in the grocery putting away, he's probably sitting down just very cheerful. It's nice to do these things, you know?
Yeah.
Have you come recently to Toon Town? It's I guess I've been here for a little while now, but I know moving can be a lot.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not native. I mean, he kind of just gestures vaguely.
Yeah, no, that's fair. He is haha, yeah, and just rubs the back of his head.
Yeah, but Arata goes, yeah, but yeah, I've been here for, shoot, I've lost track of time. It's been a while. I came all the way from...
You're valid.
Yeah. I came all the way from a small country called, Ghetto, but it's pretty far, and I'm just here, for kind of for a number of things, really, but mostly for I guess you could say a leap year, between school and stuff.
Oh, fair.
Mm-hmm.
But also, should you roll an insight on that for a number of things? Because I'm looking at that. What does this mean?
Definitely roll insight.
Oh my god, I'm really glad you has advantage. Please, Dice Parser, please. That's more like it. 30-21.
Alright, for context,
Give us the deets.
for context, the
Give us
first,
the deets, kiddo.
the first, for context, the first roll Hugh made was a nat 1. That's it.
And thankfully, the second was a dirty 21, so
Yeah.
thank fucking goodness.
But like, yeah, Arata did say that there was a lot of reasons why he came here, but mostly, it was because he wanted like a leap year from school. There is a lot more besides that. But
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah. How do I put this into words?
I'm just... Yeah, no, it's... a lot happened, huh?
Does he say that out loud?
Can't believe... Hugh actually doesn't. In Hugh's case, he would notice this, he would go, internally, but actually, he wouldn't press more. He just met this person and they seem really nice. Hey, new friend, but, Hugh very much understands what it's like to have a lot happen. If Arata wants to do an insight on Hugh, he can.
Alright. He just rolls once. No, that was a 10.
Oh man, I think at most, Arata, you may catch on that Hugh noted that there were a lot of things, or like there are a lot. Like Hugh noted that you said there were a lot of reasons for coming here, but you'll also realize that Hugh gets what it's like a little bit at least.
I'm thinking of that one gif of Kermit the Frog and the one dude just kind of nodding at each other.
Yeah, honestly.
Like,
I can't believe these two have both been diagnosed with protag. Can't fucking believe it.
Yeah, that's great.
Honestly, with all of that, it's like Hugh's having a moment, and I came here about half a year back. It's been a while, right? But it's been really nice. If you need help finding places here around or something, it's well, I guess don't be afraid to ask. I could see if I have another map, and I guess I'll roll hammer space.
Oh my gosh. Actually,
yeah, you.
Actually, yeah. I would appreciate a map. Arata has a look.
Yeah.
Arata has a look on his face. He's not Toonkind, but with that look on his face, you can imagine a sweat drop, like an anime sweat drop.
Yes. Hugh just kind of nods, cause oh man, Hugh knows how it is to get lost here. This place is impossible to navigate without a map, and I mean, looks at some people, it's impossible to navigate with map too. And with the 8, you'll like Arata, you'll notice Hugh kind of puts his hand into his jacket and seems to rummage around a bit, and he pulls out the map. It's I'd say that Hugh would have had his map out for a moment earlier, and you would have seen that, Arata.
Mm-hmm.
Map is different, though. Like, seems a bit newer, and he just hands that over to you.
Oh, hell yeah. And he takes it. He's going to, like, look it over. Should I roll, like, a perception or anything on it?
You can if you want,
Alright.
like to I guess to see how much you can understand the map right off the bat.
Modified 21.
Yup. Uh, it's a pretty decent map of Toon Town. I'd say it's as good as Hugh's, as in it may be a little bit confusing, and boy, there sure are a lot of streets here, but it's a legitimate map. You even have signs pointing towards where the infinite corridors are, so you can avoid them.
The which corridors?
The infinite corridors where you walk down and you know those scenes in cartoons where it's like the characters are continuously walking down forever.
Oh my god.
Hugh has faced that before.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Hugh has faced that before with March. That sure was a time. So this map is very nice, and like they're just it's written where those corridors are so you can avoid them. Very helpful map.
Very helpful. There is a voice in Arata's head who's like, we gotta check those out later, and he's just like, no. but but
I'm just if Arata is staring at like one of those spots he's gonna add, like if you realize you're in one, just simply turn around and you'll walk right out. But they can be really tricky.
Arata is just going to nod at you.
Yeah, you can tell he was talking from experience. That's all I'll say.
You know what? No, yeah, that's fair. Arata nods at this map. He folds it back up, and he's going to put it in the bag.
Alan?
Oh, my cat just walked in. Hi.
Genie has come in real life.
Honestly.
And honestly, I have one of my own cats sleeping behind me, so handshake, fellow cat haver.
But yeah.
There isn't a cat at March and Hugh's apartment. Yeah, we'll fix that in time. Hee-hoo.
That said, Arata puts the map in his bag for safekeeping. Because, God, does he need a map.
Arata's so valid.
He is but a simple, dumb, real kind. He is a country bumpkin. He gets lost easily.
I mean, honestly, Hugh's the same. Hugh has amazing map readings. But if he does not have a map, oh my goodness, will Hugh get lost? This has been a thing.
Yeah. Like that said, Arata puts it away, for safekeeping in his bag. Genie just kind of like meows as he does that. But Arata's going to talk, and while he does, he reaches for one last thing in the in the bag. It's sushi, which it's like store brand sushi. It's not like special sushi, but he opens it up and he sets it on the counter for Genie to eat, and this cat just lights up, the most excited and happy cat you have ever seen, as Genie just devours the sushi. And Arata,
that's amazing.
And Arata just Arata goes like, yeah, I actually work here. Um, oh, you just rolled.
Yeah, that was a performance to see how much Hugh reacts at Genie doing this, and Hugh definitely has the starry eyes again. He is definitely looking at the genie. You had the vague feeling that Hugh might find cats to be cute.
Arata
You know.
handshake you, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, Arata says, I work here. So, if you ever want to come by for, like, lunch or something, I can make you something. But, you know.
Oh. Okay, yeah, sure. I love that. I could bring March with me sometime too.
Yeah.
Don't I don't think actually March and Hugh know of many restaurants in Toon Town either, so like this will be nice. Arata, get ready to like get surprise visits from these two from now on.
Oh, he would love that immensely.
I think with that as well, he's like there's a dot dot dot, and if you want, I can show you where my apartment is too. I mean, you're a friend of March's, right? And well, Sammy too, so you can come visit us in turn. And he's absolutely super cheerful at this thought.
Arata kind of like takes a moment and he just goes, "Are you sure? We just met."
Yeah, it'll be okay. It's like you seem nice. It's like you seem nice. You're clearly a decent person, and he's definitely thinking of recent events. And it's like, even if something was off and like someone tried to like I guess steal or attack the home, Hugh and March know how to fend for themselves. They also get like I think they definitely get a decent amount of surprise visits from Decimal, who is himself and sure knows how to stab. So like,
Yeah, no. Arata takes.
I don't know. Roll an insight if you want to see whether you catch all of this. I guess catch the vibe.
That's a modified 22.
You catch all of this, my friend. Hugh is not worried at all because you get the feeling. Maybe you remember the slight lightning, the static electricity in the alleyway. You realize that this kid does in fact know how to fend for himself, and you remember March.
No, yeah, I think
remember March.
I think what's happening in Arata's head is that he just remembered the lightning aura that Hugh had back out on the street, and he remembers March, who was raging during Simon Says, and he just goes, in his mind, he just goes, okay, no, yeah, that's fair.
Like, with that 22 as well, you might be able to pick up that, like, he gets a decent amount of guess, and, I mean, look at Hugh, he's super friendly. You figure he gets along well with them.
Oh my god.
Hugh's vibes are the exact opposite of Lynn's vibes on that one day.
Yeah, no. Arata's just standing here, like, what do I say to this?
Hugh's like, seriously, don't worry about it. You do genuinely seem like a decent person, so
God,
it's nice making new friends. Yeah.
But I
think Hugh's like he just has the music note beside him, like, he's sure this will be fine.
Arata looks at Hugh. He looks to Genie, who does like the cat equivalent of a shrug. And he looks back to Hugh and he goes, "You know what? Why not?"
It's, and I mean, feel free to visit as well. I bet March would love to see you again, too.
Yeah, okay. With that, Arata's going to, look for something under the counter, and when he comes back up, he drops a sign on the counter that says "temporarily closed."
He's like, I mean, yeah, he's just like, you know what, that's totally fair.
Yeah, because he works here, but then again, there are, like, no customers, so, like...
Yeah, don't worry, I'm sure that'll change. It's like plus 2 people to this one restaurant, and also like he eats Sammy here too, so it'll be fine.
Yeah. But like, yeah, Arata is now and Arata has agreed to follow you to your apartment.
Heck yeah. I think I think on that note, he's like gonna look at Genie. There's a ... and
Actually, you know what happens?
Is Genie okay with pets? What?
Is Genie okay with pets? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
You can try.
Hugh will actually like hold his hand out so Genie can sniff and what have you, or give an okay or a nah.
Yeah, Genie does... Hang on. Oh, I forgot to open up his sheet, but I think I have it somewhere. Yes, I do. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's about right. Genie just kind of sniffs your hand, but then he just kind of, like, leans back.
Yeah. Okay, he'll respect that. He's a little bit like, oh, but okay, that's fair. He just simply puts his hand back in it and like dusts himself off when he gets up.
And after that all happens, Arata walks around the counter. He's walking this time, he's not leaping over it like a goddamn show-off. He actually picks up Genie.
Hey, you can respect the showmanship. Looks at literally everyone he knows.
But like, yeah, Arata reaches over to pick up Genie, and Genie is now climbing onto his shoulders, and Arata is going to follow you. You have +1 Arata and +1 cat.
Heck yeah! It's like this team composition is going great. Hugh actually looks to Arata and asks, "Hey, actually, are you okay with going up on the rooftops? It should make avoiding the crowd easier."
I am absolutely okay with that.
He's just like, yeah.
The most intense and excited look on his face.
He just brightens up and is like, yeah, cool. It's the dear friend of mine like showed me how to get up on the rooftops. So It's cool, isn't it?
Oh.
And Hugh looks very excited as well as he says this.
Hell yeah. I'm crying so much.
Yeah. They're dorks, Your Honor. Okay, yeah, so, essentially Hugh has walked over to probably a side alleyway or something, and, that 15 now was to just, climb up and get to a fire escape. So Hugh probably takes a moment, looks around, finds some boxes, and, like, climbs up on them before, you just simply see him jump onto the fire escape part, and then he's going to bring the ladder down for you, Arata.
Before
Man.
you can even bring the ladder down, Arata just fucking parkours his way up after you. This is
Man.
some acrobatic bullshit.
Yes. Yes. You do that. Hugh is absolutely clapping with stars in his eyes, and oh man, you're really good at this.
I sure am.
Roll me.
He's so proud of himself.
Oh my goodness, this dork. Roll me either a perception or insight on Hugh.
That is the same modifier.
If you want. Cool, you actually hear him mumble this under his breath. This is I wonder if I should ask him and Decimal to have a parkour contest.
Arata has no idea who Decimal is, but in his mind he has sworn to beat Decimal in a parkour contest.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! We need an FPS with these three where it's just parkour the FPS. I'm going to bug RJ with this later. I'm so sorry, RJ. That's fantastic. Okay then.
Oh
okay then. I think it's fair to say this is where they climb up onto the rooftops, and they're on the rooftops. I'm still dying, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
You know what's great? Rogues have a bonus action dash, so like I'm just imagining like the free running and the parkour. So like he does acrobatics and bonus action dash, so he's able to keep up with no problem.
It's great.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing too. Arata and Decimal would have no problem, though. I think one of the two would need to carry Hugh, because Hugh does have one level in Rogue. He does not have cunning action yet, though. So he's just a small lad and a wizard. He has some fantastic acrobatics now, but like, be kind to him. Please hold him gently.
What was that?
Oh man, so I'm rolling survival. I'm doing it. Oh my goodness. I was rolling survival at advantage because presumably it would be easier to see where to go up here, right?
Yeah.
Apparently not.
I mean, Arata does have a map, so like.
Yeah, possibly he was just a bit tired at this point too, so it would make sense.
Yeah. Should I also roll survival just
Yeah.
so?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh my god, that's not much better.
Try again because you're like, I guess for a similar reason. I imagine he would have pulled out. Oh my goodness, that was worse. These boys are lost. I think though with the 11, Hugh pulled out his map and he pointed towards where the apartment is. So they are a bit lost, but they will get there in time. So, shall we roll to parkour?
Yes. Where is expertise?
Yes.
Alright, that's a 14. That's not his greatest. You're outdoing Arata.
Hugh got a 28. Hugh got a moment to like get ready, and because you showed off so well earlier, Hugh had a moment. I want to show off a bit too, and then you see him do like a running jump and do probably a running jump, and maybe he managed to spin or do like a roll as he lands. Just he's showing off. He's showing off a bit as a treat. He learned from the best.
Yeah, and this checks out because Arata is actually more concerned with keeping up with you than he is like showing off at this point, because he's trying to figure out well, you're showing him where the apartment is, so like.
Oh man, yeah, valid.
Mm-hmm.
Just so he remembers how to come back in the future, and that's fair.
And he is following after you.
Honestly, I think at this point as well, it's like there's a little bit more walking, maybe some climbing here and there, and Hugh is honestly having a very good time. He's chatting cheerfully, just like, so this friend of mine, his name's Decimal. He brought me up to the rooftops before, and it's just nice to be here sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I get that. I mean, like, I used to do a lot of parkour back home, so like, this is actually really fun.
It is really neat. I only learned how to do parkour recently, but I got some help learning how, and this is really cool. And Hugh absolutely has the starry eyes again. You can probably gauge that he's thinking of previous moments, including when you did your fancy parkour trip up the fire escape. So, like,
Arata does love to show off, and he is still proud of that.
Arata is valid. I think it's fair to, like, let's do one more acrobatics too. Okay, so this is a dirty 20 from Hugh.
22.
And a 22. I'd say at this point they've actually arrived near the apartment, so like Hugh found a way down, and it's just you have fancy parkour tricks on both sides, like maybe you see Hugh slip off and like kind of twirl around some of the staircases and railing around. Does Arata do anything super fancy on his way down?
It's like a fire escape, right?
Yep. Imagine there is some balconies and such around, and like you'd probably have a line from hanging the clothes and such. Is it called bunting? Don't quite remember.
The clothesline, yeah. But like, I have an image in my head. I'm trying to figure out how to put it into words. But he does like, it is very acrobatic, and it is very much a show off because he is like that. TM.
Curse of the protagonist.
But one of his friends is in fact a gymnast, and she has been showing him some gymnast techniques. So I think what happens is that, like, he vaults over the edge and does, like, a wall jump. Like, he vaults over the edge of the building to get down, and it's in an alleyway, so he probably, like, wall jumps down to grab the railing of the fire escape, and he just continues down that way.
Nice. Hugh is clapping once more, because this is really neat.
Genie is not having fun, though. He does not like being the one jostled around by this.
Oh man, rip Genie. Sorry, these kids are having a bit too much fun right now.
Yeah, it be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Rip Genie, I guess Arata will need to make up with much more sushi in the future.
Absolutely.
And honestly, with all of that, it's like he's gonna point on over to his apartment, and there's like a moment of hey, do you like cookies?
Yeah, I like cookies.
Okay, that's good. And Hugh continues on. There is once more the music note behind, like, music note with him. So, like, if you want to roll insight, you can, but I think you can guess what's happening.
I think
Arata
can guess, but I'm gonna roll anyway. That's a
Nat 20. Hugh likes cookies a lot, and you can guess a hazard that there are a fair few at home. So yeah, he's definitely you're going to be gifted with some cookies, Arata. No, you cannot escape this.
Amazing. I love that.
Okay, and that was a 4. Hugh just like pulled out the apartment key and unlocked the door.
Nice.
So you're free to come on in.
And I think Arata will come in after you. Just kind of look around.
Roll me perception if you want. To see what you can see. You can see a lot. That was a dirty 20.
Yeah, that's a modified 20. I swear to God, Dice Purser is being so nice.
Gotta have some fun, you know?
Yeah.
And this is very much a lived-in apartment. I think you can gauge just by looking around, like, so you can see a lot of books. You figure that Hugh is very fond of reading. I guess, would you say Arata would have guessed that Hugh's a wizard?
Judging by the lightning aura, I think he would have guessed that at the very least he is a what do you call a mage?
Spellcaster.
A spellcaster.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and I think with this you can pick that, yeah, Hugh is a wizard. Because you can see a lot of books around here, like some is on magic. He's trying to learn some new spells. There's a decent amount of books that are looking into different legends and deities and such. You see something on the weave, which like seems interesting. Let's see. you can actually see a lot of drawings across the place. You can probably recognize a drawing that's being done by Sammy,
Oh,
which is proudly placed on the wall. You can see a lot of marches, drawings, and you find a couple others which you figure might be Hugh's.
this is a nice place you got here.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really become a.
You cut out.
Dang it, Mike, please. He just simply said, "Thank you." Yeah, it's really become a home.
Arata just kind of nods and looks around. He oof. Do I? I'm trying to figure out how to put this into words, but I think it would be better just to ask you to roll insight.
Oh boy. Let's go. Let's see how this goes.
Oh,
that was a 6. Let me try again.
Not
that
better.
was a 4.
That was a 4. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Casually holds the errata lore. Anyway.
Just, it may be fair to say that Hugh actually seems pretty tired at this point.
I mean,
I guess Arata, you can see Hugh and you remember what he said earlier. It's, I guess, the parkour was pretty exhausting, and you can see Hugh kind of needs to rest.
Oh yeah. And Arata just kind of takes that in, and he makes a mental note to not stay for too long. Actually, he says, well, I don't want to bother you for too long. Thanks for showing me the way here.
No problem. You'll feel free to visit, okay? And let me at least get you this. And he's going to he's gonna walk over to what you presume is the kitchen. And if you follow him, you'll realize he is pulling out some cookies from a cookie jar. And he hands them over to you. March made these, and they're really amazing. So, don't be a stranger, okay?
Alright, thanks. Arata is vividly remembering that, March did hand out cookies during the little camp, and Simon says...
I'm not even gonna make you roll insight for this. Hugh has been spoiled a bit by March's cookies. He loves them so much. Let me tell you.
This is some good sibling relationships. And
what can I say? They're very wholesome.
they are very
I hold them very softly.
I love them. I love them so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. But Arata just grins, and he's not gonna eat it now. He's probably gonna eat it on his way back to the inn, but he does say, yeah, and same goes to you. If you ever want to come by for coffee or just to say hello, just come by the inn. I work there, but I also stay there, so you know.
Entirely fair. I'll be sure to do so.
Yeah.
And I think it's fair to say Hugh has the happy flowers again.
Oh my god.
This was nice.
I love this. But I think now's a pretty good time to call it. Arata gives you a smile and a wave goodbye, as he commits this place to memory to visit later, and he heads out.
Yeah, he was gonna wave you a goodbye. Yep. There sure do be happy flowers. He's certainly gonna have a tale to tell March whenever he comes home. And I guess we have a parkour contest to set up with Decimal and Arata with you there. Oh my god. It'll be great.
Oh god.
It'll be great. Oh man. Thank you for having me. This was amazing.
Oh, thank you for joining. And thank all of our listeners for listening in. I am going to stop the recording now. Say bye.
So, thank you all and bye-bye.
Bye.